Okay, let's get started on the Quest version setup for the Tiger Bee hoodie. The other video that's linked on the Gumroad page is the one that you need to use for the PC version, and this will go over everything that you need for the Quest version. So the first thing you're going to need to do is import the Bee Tiger Physbones Update 2 from the Tiger Bee. This is the PC one. The Quest one relies on some of the animations that are only included in the PC version. Depending on your computer, it could take a little bit longer or be a little bit faster than it is on mine. And then you will do the Tiger Bee, but Quest compatible. All of the Quest things that you will need, and that's also from the Tiger Bee from Neo. And then we're going to use the Avatars 3.0 manager, which is what I use to merge the animator controllers so you can get all the animations from the hoodie and merge it with your existing one. And then you're going to need one of the packages from the Tiger Bee hoodie, which I'm just going to do the one that includes both PC and Quest. We can see what it looks like with everything here. And so we're going to be doing the Quest version today. So we've got a Neo Chimera Quest, and this scene for Neo Chimera, I'm going to go over the setup for both the good rank and the medium rank. When we're done, all of the versions that start from the medium rank will be poor, and all of the versions that start from the good rank will be medium. So let's go ahead and get rid of the alt versions. I'll delete those two. I will remove this scene. I'm going to save this scene as Bee hoodie. I'll do Bee with hoodie. Save. And then that's this scene here now. And so let's do the medium one first. The reason we need to do both is the Physbone setup on the medium versus the good is a little bit different. So then we'll go to Blizz, Bee hoodie, Quest, and then we will start with the medium rank, which all the things for medium rank are going to be in the Bee medium folder. I'm going to do the full version because it's the most complicated. So this is the one with a toggleable hood and back faces. Now we're going to unpack this prefab and unpack it again. And shift click all of those, drag them onto the medium avatar, open the armature on both, drag and drop hips, HO into hips, and come down here and delete Q full. Then open hips, or just open everything in hips, and drag all of these onto their corresponding bones. So left leg goes to left leg to right leg, and so on and so forth. So spine to spine, chest to chest. So you get everything inside the shoulder, not just the shoulder, you need the arm and the elbow as well. Same thing with the neck, head, and ears. And the right shoulder and everything inside that. Don't need to move anything that's inside chest hoe. So now we can close spine and then tail root to tail root. Now this is the medium one. So for the Physbones on here, you're going to come into armature and delete the one for the ears. So remove component. One's an antenna, so we leave it, leave the antenna. This one's the other ear, so we'll remove that one. And then the tail, we do need to modify the tail, but don't remove it, because this one's just easy enough. Change ignore transforms right here to 1. And then go down to tail root and drag and drop tail root underscore HO into here, and then change this from tail 001 to tail root. Blue tail root is going to be the root transform. That way we end up with the end of the tail actually moving, which is what I noticed. The good one is already set up that way, so I figured we could change the medium one to be set up that way. Then the chest, you're going to remove the chest one. And then we will go into Bee replacement bones. This one that has ear left is going to be for your left ear. So chest, neck, head, ear left. Drag and drop that to the root. And this one is ear right. So we'll drag and drop ear right to the root. And then this one is your chest. This one we're going to need to add some ignore transforms as well. So close everything in the chest and then take chest over to here. And this is the problem we run into if we don't ignore transforms. So ignore the left shoulder, the neck, and the right shoulder. And that is the setup for the Physbones on the medium version. So actually, there's one more thing we can do. We can modify the antenna. So if you go back to armature up here, antenna left, if we make endpoint position 0.0009, then it adds that, just so you can grab the end of the antenna as well. And same thing with here, the Y, make it 0.0009. Not necessary, but just makes the Physbones on the antenna a little bit nicer. So now we can do the, so now we're going to pause. If you're doing the medium one, you can skip this section because now I'm going to be doing the Physbones for the good rank one. I'm going to uncheck this, mark this one over here, center my viewpoint. So now for the good rank one, you're going to go to quest be good, and all of these are going to be the ones that you'll use for the good rank one, similar to medium. Then we're going to go to, I'm going to do the most complicated one, do full M. I'll put that on the good rank one, unpack the prefab, unpack the prefab again. So now we can do the exact same thing with these, move them onto B quest fallback, good rank, and then in here, it's not going to be able to be used as a fallback avatar anymore, unfortunately, but it is going to be medium rank still. Then go to hips and do the exact same thing again, drag that onto hips, delete Q full, move all of your related bones where they're supposed to go. This part's the most tedious. Don't put anything from chest toe anywhere else. And then we can close the spine and the legs. And then tail root goes to tail root, just like before. Now for this one, we're going to go to armature and delete the head transform, remove that component, and then ignore transforms for the tail. Again, we're going to go, see, as I said, this one's already on tail root. So change the ignore size to 1 and ignore the tail root underscore HO. That way your root is actually grabbed, which it wasn't before. Now, close that, and then go to B replacement bones. The one that has the ears included is going to be for both ears. This one is going to start from your chest and neck. It's going to go in root. It's going to be head. So drag and drop head into the root transform. Open up the head. And all of the blue ones, you can ignore head ho because it's already included in the ignore transforms from the prefab. Just drag and drop antennae left, antennae right. Then you're going to go into the ears and ignore ear left 2, not any of the HO ones. Those are already ignored, but ear left 2 and ear right 2. Ignore both of those. We can use end bones to make those work a little bit better and a little bit more performant. Now we've done the ears and the antenna. I need to ignore the eyes, both IL and IR, and the jaw. That should be everything in there. Means you can actually change this down to ignore size 12. I'll update that so it'll only have 12 in the final version, but learn as we go. Anyways, those are all the ones that you need to ignore for the ears. Then this one is for the antenna. So with the antenna, you will open up the antenna, and similar to what we did before with the Physbones making things more performant, we're going to ignore antenna left 3 and antenna right 3, and then close these, and then ignore ear left, ear right, IL, IR, and jaw. And then the root transform is going to be head again. As you can see, that goes onto your antennas. And then the chest, this one is exactly the same as the other chest one. So you'll drag and drop chest into your root, and then ignore the left shoulder, the neck, and the right shoulder. And now we are done with the Physbone setup for both of the avatars. And I'm going to continue this, which should be identical on both for the most part. But I'm going to do it on the medium rank one. Okay, so from here, it's the same for both the medium, well, really for all of the prefabs, both for medium and good rank, because we're doing the animations. So what we're going to do now is click on the name of the avatar that you're using, and then go to VR Labs, which came from the Avatars 3.0 manager that we added earlier. We go to VR Labs, Avatars 3.0 manager, and drag and drop the avatar you're using into this avatar descriptor up here. Go to the FX layer, B effects, add animator to merge, and then add the one that is in the folder that you're using for your setup version. So this one being the medium one, it's in B medium. I did the hood toggle, so we're going to do Q toggle. There's a different animator in every version, both for medium and good. So just make sure that you're using the one that's included in the correct package. So I'll go to B medium, hood toggle, Q toggle, drag and drop this into merge animator to merge animator mode, animator, this one right here, Q toggle, and then I'll just do merge on current. It'll make things easier because you don't have to change anything. You can make a new one if you prefer and just make sure that you add it to the right spot. I'm going to do merge on current, and then now if I click on this and go to our avatar descriptor and click on B effects, which is the one that we just merged, we have the hoodie toggle animations, and the parameters were automatically added as well. So now I need to modify the parameters list and your menu to be able to change those in game. So click on your avatar again, go to your avatar descriptor. I'll do B parameters first. So double click that, take you to here, add 2 of them, or just 1 if you're using the hood off or hood on and you're not doing a toggle. You will just need hoodie if you're doing that. If you're using a toggleable version, you'll also add hood. And both of them should be booleans. I like the hood to default on and the hoodie itself to default off, and I like to have it saved for both of those. So now we can go to your B menu. If you go back to your avatar descriptor, you can double click your menu and add 2 controls, or similarly just 1 if you're not using a toggle. Call them hoodie, change it to a toggle, use parameter hoodie, and hood, toggle, hood. Cool. Now the menu is set up, and the Physbones are set up, and everything is ready to go. And the last thing we can do is just double check that everything is working the way it should. So if you hit, if you go in here and your controller here, we're going to use B effects, which is the one that's in your avatar descriptor, so just use the same one that's in your FX layer of your avatar descriptor, VFX, and hit play. Scene. Now we can test that everything is working properly. If I go to parameters, gesture left, these were built by the Tiger Bee and they are working properly. And gesture right, that's also working properly. The tail, horizontal is working. Vertical is also working. And then the wings idle. This one, oh yeah, the wings idle, there's something that you can do to make it a little bit better, because when you toggle it off, it doesn't leave. So if you click on these and open your little transitions in between them, the layers, wings idle here, change this value within settings, your exit time to 0, and then uncheck has exit time, and then do the same thing on this other transition going the opposite direction, change exit time to 0, uncheck has exit time, and then hit play again, save it, and all these are off, yep, and then we can hit play one more time. Scene. Now when we go to wings idle, when we disable it, it will immediately transition back to being static. So. And wings toggle isn't going to do anything on the quest version because it's to save on your number of renderers, your skin mesh renderers, they combine them into one piece. People widen. If it moves, that means it's working because these are based on Physbone contacts. Same with head pat. If it moves, that means it's working in game. We can toggle the hoodie, and you can see that the hoodie and the Physbones will turn on and off when you toggle the hoodie on and off. And then the hood, toggle the hood on and off if you have that. Now for string stretch, we're going to go to layers, hood contraction. Similarly, if these move, hang on, make this wider and it'll stop shaking like crazy. If these move, when I go into hood contraction L, the one that's flashing right here, that means it's working properly. I'm going to drag this, and it's moving, which means that when you grab the strings in-game, it's going to tighten the hood, and that's working correctly. The last thing we're going to need to do on the quest versions for both of them is, or maybe just for the medium rank one, go to here, your avatar, and then go to the body. You're going to need to change the shader to a VRChat shader, so we're going to change that from standard to VRChat mobile standard light. And this one we're also going to do VRChat mobile standard light. And if we open that little drop down arrow, we're going to checkmark enable emission, that way you don't get super dark. And then same thing with avatar wings, enable emission, that way you don't get super dark. The hoodie already uses a quest shader, so you won't need to modify that. And now, if it's buildable, then we are ready to go. So, VRChat SDK, show control panel, builder, build target is Android. And as you can see, this is the one with the most polygons, and it is still within poor, starting from the medium Tiger Bee. The ones that start from the good rank Tiger Bee will all be within medium rank, including the one with the back faces and the toggleable hood. So now it's ready to upload, and you should be good to go, and I hope you enjoy your new avatar.